That sounds like a bad word, doesn't it?
Yeah. Jackal or peacock?
No, peacock. It doesn't sound like it's a good one.
Add that to the
Oh,
thing.
baby, here we're live. We're live. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the pregame show. Ho, ho, ho. Presented by Miller Lite. What time is it, boys?
It's almost Christmas, and it's Miller time.
Let's get a bucket of Miller time. On me. Let's do it, Kale. We're drinking them tonight. We're also in the Toyota Lounge. Driven by your front range Toyota store.
Hold him to it.
Official vehicle DNVR. What you to it, man?
Everyone heard him say that, right? Everyone heard
fellas,
Clip
man.
it, Kale.
This is so bad. Good to be back. I got D-Line in the house.
That's right, guys. I am ready for Nuggets basketball. All of my favorite players playing tonight. It's go time. We're back.
You remember back in the day, the Nuggets would play one game a month?
Yeah,
And now-
way back 1 month ago. Yeah. I know. I actually don't know if I prefer the NBA where they don't play any games or they play too many
Just
games.
every night. You're not even cutting your breath. I got Superstar Dev in the house.
I called you out and said that you have to do the Miller time thing because there's people that are on this show saying things like is back,
yeah.
and then if they're not back, they say I never said that. So I just got to make sure I call people out for what it's
It's
worth,
crazy, man, how people will deny what you have them in 4K. Well, 1080p.
We're also gonna say I never said
We
that
love the storage.
I would drink a whole lot of
I
beer
know.
out of
Yeah.
the
This
can.
show's
Like,
full of lies.
people
Some
just
people have
make
promised
things up,
that.
man. They just
Show's full of
people make
lies.
it up.
It is full of lies. Well, I have some news for you guys on the Nuggets taking on the Suns. Jamal Murray is back on the injury report. He's
Yeah.
back on
Wait,
the
what?
injury report. He's back.
So he's indeed not back.
Well, he's
Unequivocally
officially not back.
Not back.
He's back on the injury report, rolled his ankle. Michael Malone said, rolled it during the game. It gets on the plane and it swells up. Go up in the air. There's pressure differences and stuff like that. Swelled up, so he's out. Hopefully back. These two teams, man, the NBA, I'm telling you, I don't know who makes the schedule. The biggest moron on the planet. Because you give the Nuggets this Christmas Day game and it's the third game in 4 days. That's already tough. You're trying to make a marquee matchup. Run them through. Run them through the ringer. But then on top of that, you have a marquee matchup, but then you also have the same teams playing each other 2 days before. That's tonight. So, no Jamal Murray, no Devin Booker, also out with that injury. Grayson Allen is out, and I know you were hoping to see this guy, Bol out tonight.
What?
Bol is out.
I can't imagine. That's unbelievable.
He is not back. Before the game, Michael Malone, of course, always does his pregame. He says, he was asked about the trade rumors. How does the team focus? And I encourage you to go and, if you can, find the entire clip, listen to it. But, he talked about this time of year. There's going to be trade rumors. He gives Calvin. He says Calvin's got a good handle on all that. He's talking. He knows what's going on. And when guys are in trade rumors, the team does a good job of communicating to guys what's real and what's not. And then he said, there's nothing to that right now. There's nothing to that. So these trade rumors, and I'm honestly I'm doing this a little tongue-in-cheek because I think his answer both was, of course there's going to be trade rumors. Like the Nuggets are likely to be a trade team. But at the same time, I think whenever a report comes out, people think it's like, we're just trying to get a new pencil or new pen to sign with, and then it's all done. I do think he's saying there's nothing to that. Like, this is the team we got. We're rolling with that.
Yeah, I mean, you're the head coach of the team. You're supposed to say that. I am a bit shocked that he kind of went out and said that there's nothing to it because this is the time that you're supposed to, pitch it or at least push it to, hey, that's what the front office is for. That's their job. That's what they're supposed to do. So I did, assume that he would do that and just say, hey, we're here to play our game. We're here for getting ready for the Phoenix Suns, and that's what our focus is. So, I feel like even though he didn't say it straight up, I mean, there's clearly truth to it. It's been loud enough, and where there's smoke, there's fire. So you might as well just accept it and say it, or just go straight away from it.
I mean, it is an impossible spot. How do you comment on these types of things? So, but I do agree with you. The correct PR training is, our front half. Us as a team, we're in a locker room. That locker room of guys, we block out the noise. It's an easy thing to say. He was asked about this Phoenix Suns team, guys, who, by the way, they've lost 2 straight.
What?
If you didn't know, every team is the same team. We're going to get to that later on. Everybody sucks. That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember the Suns were 9-2, playing some great ball, unbelievable ball.
What happened?
Kevin Durant got hurt.
What?
You never heard that one before. Bradley Beal got hurt.
No.
Yeah, that happened.
That's not right.
They do that?
They have. That happens sometimes with those guys. And since then, they're 5-11. But I'm telling you, man, every team in the NBA kind of has this year where it's like they go on this run and you're like, oh, here they are. Injury happens. It's like reset. Season has to reset. They are in a reset right now where they have not gotten back on the wagon. So they're coming in and having lost 5 of their last 16 games.
I mean, every team seems to be banged up or just not playing with their starting 5. Like there's not many teams around the league that has it. And then also when you take out one player, it can change. It changes the entire characteristic of the team, especially with a team like the Suns, who are very isocentric. Scores, not much defense. I mean that can just change things around. You talked about like them having the injury bug with injury-prone players. Like, what about Nurkic? Has he been destroying? Like, do Suns fans love him?
God,
as a matter of fact, they do not. They do not like him one bit. They hate him. He's even, dude, you tell you how down bad it is, and we kind of know Nurk. Nurk is a guy, every athlete says, I don't look at Twitter, I don't do this. Nurkic is a guy that is like, his finger is on the pulse of what he's probably watching this show right now when we're going to talk about him. Because he came out like a month ago and was like, yeah, fans, man, they're just so mean to me. They don't even like me. Like, he came out and acknowledged it. So, but you know what? They have Nurkic on their team for one matchup and one matchup only, and it's tonight's matchup. I honestly believe that he is a player that you put on your roster to guard Nikola Jokic.
It's 100% true. Just to go back to what you're saying about how every team sucks. Like,
we have a segment on it.
The way that they have divided this schedule, it's like
there's
there's nothing but
part.
chunks that you can write off. This chunk, this is before the Cup. Well, it's just before Christmas. It's like there's all these reasons to not care about these games, and the NBA just keeps baking it in. It's
We
insane.
talked about the season being chapters, like, and really just trying to finish a book. And I mean, that's all it is. And there's a lot of bridges. There's a lot of bridges and change right now.
I feel like I'm reading Lord of the Rings, and Tom Bombadil is singing a song. No. Flip, 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 flip.
This is to be Lord of the Rings. The season to this point has kind of been The Hobbit. You don't have to read it.
No,
you skip
it's for kids.
It's
just been for kids.
The story really kind of begins around right now, at least I think. New chapter dropping tonight, maybe. But Kevin Durant is their key. He's been back for 2 games. He's averaging 40 points, had 37 and 43 in his 2 return. He is somehow still going really strong. And Michael Malone said, Booker's out tonight. Guess what that means? More KD. It's like in one hand, out the other. Tonight, KD's looking for 40 every single night. I honestly think for them to win, he has to score 40. And so that means for Denver to win, they have to find a way to guard him.
Yeah, you just talked about Nurkic, there being one matchup for him, and it's the Jokic match. Yep. I feel like there's a few matchups in the entire league for Aaron Gordon specifically.
And Kevin Watson.
Kevin Durant is the person for me with Aaron Gordon. Like, they're around. I mean, Kevin Durant's 7 foot, but like they're around the same size. He's like going to use his power. He's going to be able to try to make him feel uncomfortable. You have a backup option in a Peyton Watson that can also do some of those same things and has found some success against Kevin Durant. It is a little bit different right now. He's in like just only shoot mode because he's not having to share it with the Devin Booker. Bradley Beal is, up and down. So, like, you are going to have to try to make him feel uncomfortable for the entirety of the game because he will try to score 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like I see this as I just blurted it out in the middle of Dev's answer. Like,
you interrupted him.
It's Christmas, man. We're sharing, aren't we? We're a sharing show. I mean, your take is my take, is your take. Your take's wrong.
But it's your take.
Peyton Watson, man, this is like a perfect matchup for him as well. Like, we've seen him actually perform well against Kevin Durant in the past. But it is, I mean, especially a team like the Suns that are built in such a way that is obvious what they want to do. Like, you can focus in on Kevin Durant, and then like what do they have left? Like, what are we looking
Royce
at?
O'Neal,
Royce O'Neal,
Tyus Jones,
sure,
yeah.
Yusuf Nurkic.
Also Iguodala.
What quarter does Yusuf Nurkic foul out in?
I mean, that's a story, right? Well, he will
First
foul
quarter?
out if Yoke's very aggressive going into the paint, getting down on that block and drawing fouls. If he's what we saw last night, where Yoke's like, first 3 quarters, you guys handle inside the paint. I'll be up here at the top of the key. Then he'll probably play all 4.
This is when you actually have to like see if your protest matters, because he loves going in the paint against Nurkic. Like, if there's something that can wake him up, is going against, one of his old teammates, a person that he likes to go at. So, like, I really do wonder if he's going to be very aggressive early on and trying to get to the free throw line. We have not been seeing that type of Jokic lately. We've seen the scoring, but I want him to be aggressive. I want him to just go straight at him and them to have to adjust off of him.
He has been in a slump this last bit, and I mean, we've watched Jokic long enough. I mean, I think it's obvious the level of effort and intensity he's putting into this. You can call it a protest. It feels like it to me. It certainly does. Certainly looks like it. I mean, the fact that he scored, 20 of the last 30 points the other night against Yves Missi, he was like,
score 100 next time.
He's like, I could do this. I could. But I'm not gonna. And like, I guess I'll have to because we're close enough. Tonight, man, they can't do that against the Suns. They've been doing that against the Blazers, which they got them burned. They did it against the Pelicans. They've done it against some of these bottom feeders. You can't do that tonight, man. You can't do it if you're going to get a win. Jokic has to. With no Jamal, he has to be aggressive, drawing fouls and opening things up for this team.
The way that the Nuggets have approached the last week plus the season, the way they've approached the season is so maddening. And it's the same every year. And I don't know who to be mad at, them or me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I should expect this. I don't know why it's so surprising every year when Jokic has a rough patch before actual Christmas during this time of year where he plays some game that you cannot, for the life of you, explain where his motivation is, why he isn't playing, why he's not doing this, that, or the other. He does it every year. I don't understand it. I cannot pretend to understand it. I have no idea what to expect from him tonight, unless they get down, and then I know that he'll score, and he'll foul out Nurkic and all of these things.
Well, the
but
Jamal being out though is a variable to all of
It
this, right? Like, because
variable.
maybe there is a level. Murray has been cooking a little bit lately, and maybe there's a level of him trying to say, "You go."
Yeah.
Maybe it's a positive thing. Like, let Jamal be more aggressive. I doubt it, but maybe. I mean, who knows? But tonight, it's like, hey, man, you're not counting on Christian Brown get it going. You carry us through.
Right.
He's got to carry him tonight, and I can't tell you how curious I am to see what Jokic brings to the table tonight.
Curious Mahrez.
I know. So KD obviously gets to the line, shoots the three. He's going to be a tough cover, and I do think Peyton Watson tonight. This is a Peyton Watson matchup to me. You said Aaron Gordon, sure, part of it. It's no one guy, but Peyton Watson to me, when you think about the big players you play in a playoffs, Kevin Durant might be the number one guy. I go, that's a Peyton Watson matchup. And so tonight, I think he gets a heavy dose of it, and he's got to make an impact. So another key to the game tonight. You know who else is the key? Jalen Pickett.
What?
According to one Michael Malone, last time Jamal Murray was out, the Atlanta game, he plays, and he plays well. And he says he did an outstanding job these last few games he's gotten a try of getting the team organized, playmaking, and then he says, but what most importantly, and I love that he says this because I think it gives us insight to Michael Malone and how he views these young players. Most importantly, he looks so much more confident. And I think Jalen Pickett's a guy that when we've seen him out there, he looks like a guy trying his hardest not to make mistakes, frustration, whatever. And I do think that when he's been out there these last couple games, it's almost like, you know what, you just got to go out there and fake it till you make it. And when you look at Julian Strawther, a Malone guy, Julian has confidence, man. That guy's not afraid. You look at Christian Brown, Peyton Watson, those guys have struggled a little bit because I think they're a little less sure of themselves sometimes. Pickett the same. So tonight, Pickett, Suns matchup, big game. Confidence to me is going to be key. Not just performance, but hey, go out there and act like you belong.
Yeah, Pickett was broken. He was broken for a while, like just very down on himself. And there's a G League, like they put him in the G League. He got the G League stint, and that is a place that like some people can just like stay down on themselves. He went over there and he destroyed. He had some very big games where you start to become like back to yourself, where you start to realize, hey, I belong here. I'm a lot different than them. I do not want to go back there. Right. I think that's like one of those like look yourself in the mirror type of moments. Going straight into the NBA, getting a contract, a full guaranteed contract, and having to go there. So I do think that there was a bit of like, hey, I'm a lot better than them. I have to get better, and then you get the confidence back. And also when you hear your coach start backing you, you're like, okay, like this is what I'm supposed to be.
I agree.
So maybe this is an opportunity for him to continue to put together some string along some positive games in a row.
I also think he started to play a little different in the NBA. Like,
You think?
I didn't see booty ball last time.
Really?
Not in the way that we anticipated. Like when he first came onto the scene, it was like booty ball implies that he's backing guys down. And he's not doing that. Like, he's playing much like up at the top of the key. I mean, it's kind of an absurd idea that somebody of his size would be able to push people around in the NBA. And I think that like played out, like it didn't go very well. But I just think he was making like quick passes, clever passes, shooting the three, the step. He has a lot of other tools.
That's what he does, though, is the passing.
No, I know that, but I'm saying, like, I think he was reliant on the idea of that booty ball thing early on, and I didn't see booty ball last time. I just saw Andre Miller ball, which you would never describe as booty ball.
I think it is booty. I think, honestly, that's how I think of it, as booty ball. I think the big difference is he's playing with Jokic, and we all know it's simple as a point guard when you're playing with Jokic. Run the pick and roll, get it to Jokic, get out of the way. And I think if he gets to play with Jokic,
there's definitely an element to that. I just we'll see. But I actually really like him getting another opportunity because I think he has a great jump shot, and I think he's got a good. Obviously, his passing is where he's made his bones in college,
right?
And I think that there's something to it. To me, it's like there is an understanding of the league that you're playing in and how you can tailor your skills to actually work in that league. And if he's able to do that, I don't think there's any reason, again, like an Andre Miller, where he does. He goes down to the post and stuff, but it's a clever game versus a power game.
To me, it's honestly, they got to get him in a lot of what's called pistol action, side pick and roll, because that's where he can turn his back to the basket and operate. We'll see if they do it tonight. But they have a bad bench. The Suns have a bad bench, just like the Nuggets. So tonight is an opportunity for the bench to actually be a positive. You don't want to be a negative to the guys that they're rolling out there. Dunn, who, by the way, regressed back to the mean, unsurprisingly. Remember that guy was shooting 80% from three for like 8 games?
Hold on. You're telling me that a guy didn't come into the league and then just become a way better shooter?
Yeah. But you know what? The Denver Nuggets right now are the bus meme. Aren't they, Kale? Let's take a look at this meme right here. You know the what side are you on right now? Because I'll give you an example. They've won 4 of their last 5.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And they lost 1 game by 2 points.
By 2 points. They're so close to having a 5-game win streak would match their longest. Of course, they lost that one. Dev, not wrong.
Definitely not wrong. Definitely not wrong. I think it's the vibes around the team in that it just, even though they're winning games, even though we're seeing Jokic have these, same type of monster games, it just feels different. It doesn't have the same type of feel to it. So you want it to get back to happiness. You want to make sure that the ball is popping. Guys are celebrating one another. They just look miserable right now.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's about. But, I mean, you'll take the wins right now, but hopefully it starts to push towards the positive direction where you're on your side of the bus.
Yeah.
It's hard to be on the
well,
other side
right
of the
now
bus.
you were on the other side because I threw you a 4 out of 5 and you took me right to the vibes. So you're looking at the wall.
Yeah.
Eric, give me one. Where were you at? Which side? Give me one. I'll try to take it to the other side like Dev did. No matter where you go.
But just my general take on
the
Nuggets?
No. Just any take on the Nuggets. Because that's what I'm saying is you could literally look left or look right on anything you're given right now.
Jamal Murray is back.
Yeah.
Tonight's not the night for that.
Well, Jamal Murray's also out. Hasn't really been shooting efficiently. He has been scoring, but, efficiently, I don't know.
Nikola Jokic is having an MVP season.
But is he punting on the MVP, Dev? Because these last few games.
I don't think he's punting. I mean, the stats are still there. And we know that they go off of stats. Here, I got one for you. What about that bench?
Yeah.
The bench unit.
It's been a pretty.
I mean, they have like
What
two
side of the
good.
bus
They
you on
have
with
2
this?
good games in a row.
Okay,
They do.
right.
They're like they're steady. That's the
steady.
reason. That's the reason that they're winning games right now. Like they're not like just giving up a lot of points. They're not going down big. There's some positives out that bench unit.
Can we
right
bring
now.
the bus meme up
Can
again
you
really
ruin
quick?
Can you ruin that? He just gave you a little bench
Oh,
positivity.
hold on. Bring the bus meme up.
Yeah. Eric's the pessimist. We all know
Why
that.
would-
We all know he's the pessimist.
Why would
man.
I just switch sides? Every seat is available. I'm just miserable for no good reason.
I think we had an angry D-line face already made. As
No, but
probably,
I mean, point being, like the miserable, like
Oh,
the
yeah, there's
other
a lot
side
of open
is
seats.
available. Just
Yeah.
go to the other side. all of us are free to traverse the aisle of life.
Yeah.
We can understand that Michael Porter Jr. had a terrible outing last night, but there's a lot circulating around him, and we don't know exactly where his mental state is. There's a lot when it comes to the Denver Nuggets and sports in general, where we have no insight into the real parts of this world, which is the inner workings of the human psyche and what these guys are going through, what it looks like. Are they having drama around Christmas? Are they sad about going to a city? Is there something that did they get in a fight about? They wanted whatever. It's the craziest part. It's what makes this all so interesting, but it's also hilarious to try to analyze, especially a sport like this that is just relentless. Every day there's another game, and you don't know what the motivation is.
Well, we know, Aaron Gordon had a rough game in Portland, and we know that was the location where his brother died. He's dealing with a lot. Obviously, I think he's dealt with it incredibly well. Probably better than I would handle that, at least, just looking from the outside. I have no idea, but just looking from the outside. But you remember things like that, and you go, of course he had a bad game, man. That's like how could any person battle through that, know? And so it makes sense, and there's a lot of these behind the scenes. But the bus meme brings me to the next point, which is that everybody sucks.
We all suck.
Everybody
You
sucks.
suck.
Yeah,
you suck.
I definitely suck.
You're cool. I like that.
But let's go through. The Oklahoma City Thunder don't suck. They're 22-5.
No, they do suck.
No, they don't suck. But here's the thing. We knew they were going to be the number 1 seed. None of us thought they were not going to be the 1 seed. So set them aside. The Houston Rockets, come on. They're the 2 seed. Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
They're good. They're good, Dad. Come on.
They're good.
They're good.
They're good.
Come on.
That's an 8 seed if I've ever seen one.
The Memphis Grizzlies.
Yeah.
3 seed, man.
I think they're good.
You think they're good?
I think they're a 4
They
seed.
haven't been healthy this year. They still are good despite not playing their guys.
That's the point.
So they will be even better when they get their guys.
No, I think that when it all shakes out, they're about a 4 seed.
Well, they're a half game ahead of Denver. The Dallas Mavericks, I think they're good. But guess what? They keep getting hurt too. They can't string together a run. They're in the same boat as Denver, where every time they're like, oh, we're so back. And the wheel spins and they're like, it's so over. We know about Denver. Guys, the Lakers, 16-12.
And first off, do we know about Denver?
I'm saying we know that Denver
Do we
is
know
on a
about
roller
anything
coaster.
about Denver?
The Lakers are on a roller coaster.
Oh my God, they're
They're
not on a roller
absolute
coaster.
roller coaster.
They're on a highway to hell, straight to the middle of the earth.
Golden State Warriors,
Done.
15-12, total roller coaster.
Yeah.
Clippers, 16-3.
Not excited.
Minnesota Timberwolves, remember we thought they were going to be good because they went to the conference finals last year? They are worse than Denver right now in terms of, if you look at their record throughout their season, 4 wins in a row, 4 losses in a row right after that, 3 wins in a row, 3 losses. Theirs is not every other game, it's literally every other week.
I wouldn't be excited if I was over there, and it doesn't seem like they're getting better. They're not even waiting for anything. Like,
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, there's just nothing for them to be excited
We're really waiting
about.
for. Who do they get? Anthony. No,
Julius Randle.
We're waiting for Julius Randle to pull it together. Is Julius Randle back?
Yeah, and then on top of that, like, Anthony Edwards is like the most outspoken superstar. He is truly miserable.
Truly
on the
he's
court.
really
on the
miserable.
court.
Truly
like
miserable.
he's like very open about like this is not fun.
And then, of course, tonight's matchup, the Phoenix Suns. I just went through their season, man. I mean, incredible start. They've sucked since then. They, too, suck right now. They just suck. They're not a good team. They're never healthy. You just go through the way. That was every team. You only put the Memphis Grizzlies outside of the suck character. But, again, it's Jalen Wells. It's Jake LaRavia. Like, it's Jay Huff. Those guys are good, man. But if you're telling me that's who's going to be the playoff team, I'm like, no, thank you.
Any team that has Jay Huff on it is a guaranteed shoe-in for the finals. Everyone knows that.
Everybody knows that, man. So right now, I just tell you that the Nuggets kind of suck right now. I don't have a ton of faith in them. But the good news is that literally every other team in the NBA sucks. And if the Nuggets win tonight, they just might wake up and start to see some separation from the teams in the play-in. But if they lose tonight, they might fall out of the play-in all the way down to the San Antonio Spurs.
No, we suck again.
So there's layers of suck, and everybody kind of sucks right now. It's kind of wild, man. Tonight, it's 2 games against the Suns, and if you win both of them, you can ruin the Suns. That'll take them another 3 weeks to make up for that if you can just get these 2. Likewise, if the Suns beat the Nuggets twice, we're going to have a really tough, it's going to be uncomfortable for a while. So,
oh, my God.
Surprisingly big game here on the eve of Christmas Eve.
I love that we just keep having confusingly big games against terrible competition.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, we suck.
Everybody
I'm just going back to the wall. I'm staring at the wall.
Yeah, you're like, I don't want to look out at there. Our pregame picks are presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app and use code DNVR365. Deposit $10 and place a bet of $5 to get $200 in bonus bets and a code to get the first 2 months of Altitude Plus, courtesy of Bet365. Must be 21 or older. Physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. And if you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Dev? No Murray tonight. How hard is that for you to bet?
Not hard at all. Ooh. Not hard at all. So Mason range, it's time to cook.
Let's cook, baby.
Nuggets come into this one as 4.5-point favorites, which I'm a bit shocked about. Even when before Murray news, they were 4.5-point favorites. After Murray news, 4.5-point favorites.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. It might be accurate, but it's kind of crazy.
0 points.
There was no jump there. They just feel like it's the same type of production there, I think. I like it. I'm not going to lie. I like it. I mean, it's Westbrook. Westbrook, we already know what he wants to do. He wants to get Jokic going. So every shot that Jamal's not taking could be a shot that Jokic is taking. Talk about efficiency, that's where I would like to go. I'm not going to convince you guys to do the 4.5.
No?
I've seen this team lose to some very bad teams, and those other teams didn't have Durant, so I can't get behind that. So take that at your own. You can do whatever you want.
You like the money line though?
I like the money line.
God, I don't like this bet, but I do listen to Dev. So
I'm gonna go over 232. The Nuggets defense has not been great lately, and I'm assuming it's the same way with the Suns.
Last couple years.
Yeah, I mean, since I've been covering, it's been a while. But I just think it's going to be the same with the Suns. Also, it's going to be a lot of Durant shooting the ball as buckets. Like you could score here. I like the over 232 on the Suns side of things. Durant's line is high. Denver has the bodies to slow him down and give him looks and force others to score due to his size. This is a good matchup for Durant and Brown as help side defenders. I like the over rebounds plus assists. I think that just putting that together. It's 10.5. I do think he'll get like 8 rebounds. Assists are going to come because they're going to try to get the ball out of his hands. So 10.5 rebounds plus assists. I don't typically alter any bets, but I do like Nurkic plus 3 assists. So it's 1.5. I think he'll get to 3.
Don't bet that. Do not bet that. I don't care how much you like money. Do not make that bet.
What? You break your rule about teasing for Yusuf Nurkic? What are we doing? What is this?
I bumped it up. I just bumped it up. Love that. Some people like to get paid on this show.
Yeah,
they don't just like watch it just for us to talk.
Money.
They want to get paid too. You know what I mean?
Filthy blood money.
And it's the holiday season, so
exactly. So what are you doing?
Yeah, the
ruining
Grinch.
my Christmas.
Little Grinch
my
over
bad,
here.
My bad. Let's go to the Nuggets side of things. For our Nuggets bet, I'm going to start with the 3-pointers. I like to start with Michael Porter Jr.
He was benched last game, was he not?
I especially like this one because he was benched. This is plus money for 2.5. I feel like he got taken out of last game when he did not shoot the ball. When he kept on passing it back and forth to Jokic, turning down shots. You already are not great defensively, so you need to shoot the ball. I think that was the message. So I think that he's going to get him up early in this game. I think this one hits in the first half. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Really? I love it, Dev.
Quarter. So I like the over on this
Good
one.
money on it. Even money.
We're going to go right back to the we'll do his assist, too, every single time. I have to get his assist.
That's what he does.
That's what he does.
Are we still talking about Nurkic?
We're talking about
Michael Porter Jr. Let's go right back to the well on Christian Brown. Rebounds at 4.5. Last night, he has 6 rebounds, and we'll go right after it again and playing hard. There's a lot of just extra guys on the Suns that I feel like he is going to work harder than and can get himself going. Okay. Christian Brown. The rebounds is where I think he finds some success. You could also do the points plus rebounds. We haven't went to that in a while, but they're going to need him to score a bit more in this game. But I think that it'll be the rebounds that he gets a couple of putbacks as well. Jamal Murray is out, so I had to shift this over. Russell Westbrook points plus assists. I like this one a lot. I really do think that he could get it in points. Like, when Jamal's not there, Westbrook tries to score. Last night, he did it with Jamal there and scoring. He's getting a lot more comfortable around guys, and he's finishing. Like, I mean, everybody knows he's finishing now. I'm going to go over 24.5 points plus assists. I'm going to go with Gordon filled up the box score last game. It was very quietly. did a little bit of everything. I think he does the same of that tonight.
I like
I'm going to
him
go
tonight.
over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists
I love this
for
bet.
Aaron Gordon. He's been aggressive. When they get him going, like really, we talked about this, but when they get him going, they do not lose those type of games. You just have to get him going early, and I think that he's in a good spot right now. I really like Jokic to have a triple-double, but he could stop short, so I'm not going to go there. I'm going to put it together. I'm going to go rebounds plus assists at 20.5. I think he'll be able to grab a couple more rebounds, especially with the way that they're shooting. Also, it's not his guy that's going to be shooting on the perimeter. He'll be, in drop coverage. So I think that he'll get a lot more rebound opportunities there as well. And then for the lockiest of locks, over 12.5 rebounds for Jokic at plus money.
He's going to rebound tonight, huh?
He is going to rebound tonight. And also, we know that Nurkic throws up bullshit. He just does against Jokic. He's going to get a few of those rebounds. There's going to be a couple of air balls that he's able to get out to and go with. We can expect him to just get aggressive in this game. I also think he gets a block on him. It's just 0.5, so a block is one for the defensive bet I'll go with. But this is going to be a Jokic night, of course.
All right, there you hear it. Let's make some money. We got some super chats.
Uncle Rico's Revenge. Oh, by the way, I'm betting Russell Westbrook to get a triple-double. Currently 5 seed and beating 3 out of the 4 ahead of us. Bear down, take it a game at a time, and stop me from being a fair weather fan. Been talking too much lately. Hungry for some crow.
Yeah, let's do it. Make him eat crow.
I mean, you can just do that yourself. Big Market Mares
I
is
got
back.
flipped off, too. Flipped off,
F
man.
the Suns.
It's a foe. I thought it was. Okay, F the Suns. There you
Dude,
go.
Big Market Mares is taking
Bro,
everything personally.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Kind of felt like cheating. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
Felt a little bit like I didn't expect it to.
Yeah,
I've never
I mean-
been in that type of relationship.
I mean, you were on against us.
It was weird, man. It was weird. I'm not gonna
Well,
lie.
I'll tell you what. We were proud of you.
Thanks, man.
Your accomplishments are our accomplishments. You know what I mean?
They just had a bunch of people.
We
sick.
all,
It wasn't just so much accomplishment as they were like, oh shit, we only got 5 minutes.
We all released shirts and we all were on altitude last night. Druid Trading, Hospital Magic won. Celtics effort is greater than talent.
Dang, the Magic beat the Celtics?
Magic play hard, man. They don't have any guys, but they play
They
hard.
have nobody.
Shut up and take my money. It's a Mike night. No Kale, no Eric, no Jakes.
There you
By the way,
go.
that was very funny. Your no
that was
compilation.
phenomenal.
We
That
gotta
was
play
great.
That was very
Whoever
funny.
it was that made that. I mean,
we
whoever.
actually don't know. It could have been Playboy 69 or whatever.
Could have been anybody. Everybody, thanks for hanging out with us in the pregame show. We're going to go watch the Denver Nuggets take on the Phoenix Suns rivalry game. We'll see you guys on the other side.